On the biggest night of the Democratic National Convention, the seats sat empty in the largest venue intended for the big speech, the Bank of America Stadium. That's after Democrats called an audible and moved President Obama's speech indoors, leaving thousands out on the streets who had tickets to the stadium event. After that, there were rumors of Clint Eastwood sightings. Republican North Carolina Congressman Patrick McHenry was part of the GOP response team at the convention, along with South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley and former President Bush Chief of Staff John Sununu. McHenry said he was surprised by the move.
Well, with the news today that the president has bagged his speech in Bank of America Stadium, it's kind of a surprise to me. North Carolina is not known for cold September rains, but apparently the president is not prepared to speak during a light September rain here in North Carolina. That's unfortunate. I think it also has more to do with attendance rather than precipitation.
There were plenty of notables who weren't in Charlotte, 22 elected Democratic officials and 6 Democratic candidates for office. McHenry made note of those absentees.
I see a number of my Democrat colleagues in the United States House who live just but a simple drive to this convention, not willing to come. In particular, my colleague Larry Kissel, whose district begins but 10 miles from where we sit here today, has resolved himself to avoid the convention. Well, I'd encourage Larry to come on down.
Well, there was sort of an appearance by Kissel at the GOP headquarters. The occupiers were there, but not in the numbers they expected. There were a couple of confrontations with police, but nothing on the scale they predicted. But they did get a shower. It was clear not everyone was throwing out the welcome mat for their delegates. Others had other ways of driving home their discontent. Many young people joined the party, but not all of the millennials bought the message. Still others did, such as this Uncle Sam and so-called vulture capitalists who were selling a book mocking capitalism. The North Carolina delegation, on the other hand, could thank capitalists for showing them a good time. Corporations and lobbyists financed a boat trip on Lake Norman and parties. And by the way, this reporter was kicked out of delegation events after taking video of this breakfast. The excuse was, I didn't give them advance notice I would be there. The delegates did help accomplish one goal, putting God and Jerusalem back in their platform, although one couldn't really tell how many voted for or against it. But now the folks in Charlotte get back to thinking about fewer fumbles and more touchdowns. I'm Matt Willoughby.